there, welcome, I'm Belle, this is another video, and today I'm gonna be telling you guys what are the most important things to know when buying your very first pair of Pointe shoes. So if you're on that journey, if you're starting out, or if you're about to start your Pointe classes, please stay tuned and let's go right into the video. So here I have my first pair of ballet shoes, Pointe shoes, because I usually when I get a pair of Pointe shoes, I wear them for like 6 months to a year and then I throw them out, because if you've been wearing the same Pointe shoe for a year, it means that you're not dancing enough. So I usually throw them out after that long, but with my very first pair of Pointe shoes, I decided to keep them. I'm not really sure why. There is probably some sentimental value. Maybe that's why I decided to keep them, but they're here and I want to show you guys why I decided to choose this pair as my first pair, and give you guys some tips, because I know that when you're starting out on Pointe shoes, it can be really challenging, and it's a lot to think about. So maybe this video can be like a checklist for you when you're choosing your very first pair of Pointe shoes. So here I have this pair. This is a Capezio Pointe shoe, and it's called Contemporary 2. It's a really great Pointe shoe for beginners. I remember this when I was buying it. It was like in a huge part of the store, Pointe shoe beginners basically, because this shoe is really bendy. It bends a lot. I've never broken this shoe. With other shoes, throughout my ballet journey, I've already broken them, but with this one, no, because it's really not that hard. It's really easy to bend. You can bend with your feet, but again, I have really strong feet. My feet are very pointy and they're really strong when it comes to bending, so that wasn't very difficult for me. But if that is a challenge for you, maybe you should consider buying one that's even softer, or even breaking yours. I've had friends who danced with this shoe and they had to break because their feet was not strong enough. So that's something to consider. So if you have to break your shoe, it's okay, don't worry about it, but try to pick out a soft shoe as your first shoe. Then you can maybe get more adventurous, but as your first pair, you want to play it safe. Also, something that you should definitely pay attention when buying your first shoe is this height, because it's about the height of your feet. Because when you put your feet here inside and you go on Pointe, it can't be loose here. It can have any kind of space in this area. So you need to pick a shoe that's going to fit perfectly in the front of your foot. Yeah, so this is really important, something that a lot of people don't think about. Usually when I see videos online of people buying Pointe shoes or talking about them, they emphasize a lot the band, but they don't really emphasize this. And if this is wrong, it's going to be really hard to dance with a shoe that doesn't really fit you nicely. Another thing that you should really pay attention to is the front of your shoe. This shoe, I thought it was really great, because when turning in Pointe shoes, you can't slip, because if you slip, you fall down and you might get hurt. So this one has this like piece of fabric right here that it's not slippery at all. Some shoes have just the satin material here in the front, so it's really easy to slip and fall and get hurt. So maybe if you're starting out, you should consider buy a shoe that has this thick material in the front, because it helps you not slip and eventually fall down and get hurt. This is really important too. Another thing that I want to mention when buying your first pair of Pointe shoes is the back. So it's really important to your shoe to fit nicely, not too loose, not too small, and be careful with not too small, because some people, when they buy the Pointe shoes, they think, oh, it can't be too loose, so if it fits like just like exactly the size of your foot, it's fine. But it's not really, because if it is like just the size of your foot, it can hurt a lot, and I mean a lot. It can hurt really badly, and because your feet, your toes, they are under so much pressure here when you're on Pointe. So it's really important to pick a shoe that it's just the right size, but a little bit bigger, but not really a little bit bigger, but just enough for you to dance. And how you check that, I feel like I've been like talking a bunch of stuff and not really telling you guys how to figure that out. But here's how you do it. When you are shoe shopping, you put them on and you go on plie. If you feel pressure on your toe when you're on plie, this is not the right size for you. Period, point blank. This is not the right size for you, because when you're on plie, you should feel like your toe touching the front, but not making any pressure on your shoe. It should be it's still like free, just touching the front, but not making any pressure. And when you go on Pointe, it should have a little space here, a little loose space, but not too much. Again, because if you have too much space here, your shoe can fall off your feet, and it's basically a bloodbath on stage. Imagine that. Also, something that you should consider when buying, I've never thought I would have to say this, but pick a shoe that has this elastic in the front, so you can put it like really tight on your feet, like it fits your feet perfectly, like the body of your feet perfectly. Because I've seen, I don't know why, like 10 years ago, I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention, but I don't think there was any shoe like this. But all the shoes had this elastic. Nowadays, I don't really see shoes with this elastic when you buy them. I mean, obviously there are a lot of shoes with this elastic. There are some shoes that don't have this elastic, and I don't really know why, because it just helps you so much when you're performing and dancing, and this is something that's really important. You should really take this into consideration when buying your first pair of Pointe shoes. Again, maybe with your fourth, fifth pair, you can go a little crazy, but with your first pair, don't really go crazy, play it safe. And yeah, so let's talk a little bit about toe pads for a moment. This is the toe pad that I used to wear with this shoe. Now I have another one that's cleaner. But yeah, I used to wear these toe pads with those shoes, and I just thought it was really important for me when I went shopping for my first Pointe shoes to try them on with the shoe when you go shopping. So obviously, for your first pair of Pointe shoes, you don't want to go shopping online. You want to go to an actual store and try them on, and do a plie, releve, and try toe pads, try silicone ones. These ones are fabric ones, and because sometimes what you think it's gonna be right for you, it's not. Like when I remember when I knew that I was about to start using Pointe shoes, I had a bunch of friends and they were like, oh, you're gonna love silicone toe pads. They're so much better, especially for beginners. They're great. And when I went to the store and I actually tried them on, I don't know, I just didn't like them. They didn't sit well with my toenails. I thought it was a little weird sensation, so I didn't really like them. Maybe if I had made the decision to buy them online, I would have bought the silicone toe pads, and I wouldn't be able to dance on them because they wouldn't be appropriate for me, because my feet didn't really enjoy them. So what I'm saying is, try them on, go on plie, go on releve, do your tricks in the store, because it's really important for you to feel comfortable in your first Pointe shoe. This is crucial when dancing, and I know how important it is and how nerve-wracking it might be to buy your first pair of Pointe shoes. So go to a store, try toe pads, and yeah, just tick all the things that I said in this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell to receive notifications every time I post a video. Don't forget, I post a new video every single Friday and another one throughout the week. And don't forget to tell me in the comments below if you have already bought your first pair of Pointe shoes and how you chose them. So tell me in the comments below, and I see you soon for a brand new video. Bye!